Welcome, everybody. We just finished recording the amazing podcast with Jack and Nicole, the show known as Who's on Top, prediction and post-race show for the U.S. National Series, and maybe all the big races. How about World's Toughest? So. How about Ultra World Champs and Telluride?
OCR World Championship, yeah.
OCR World Championships in Vermont.
Definitely. That's the plan. We don't have to keep it all Spartan.
Yeah, F those guys. But right now, you are going to get our exclusive top 5 picks. If you want to hear our entire top 10, go listen to the podcast, which will be out Thursday or Friday. But if you want to hear our top 5, we are going to start.
Number 5, I'm going with Rose Wetzel. She got 3rd place in Jacksonville Super in 2019. She did not race Jacksonville last year, but everyone that I've talked to in some of her posts, she's really fit right now. She does pretty well in these sloppier conditions as well. And I think with a watered down field relative to, just with Lindsay not there, Rebecca not there, not that Rose wouldn't be a top 5 threat anyway. I think that without question, I see her getting 5th or better. I'm putting her 5th though. 4th place, one of the most overlooked athletes on the women's field, Ashley Heller. She, if you listen to the full podcast, I won't go into super detail right now about it, but I broke down who overperforms and underperforms on wet, muddy, sloppy races in the past. And Ashley Heller is actually the best on the women's side. So what do you think is going to be the case in Jacksonville? Of course, it's going to be wet. Of course, it's going to be nasty. She always is up there in that next pack. So I see her getting 4th place. 3rd place, most surprising finish to some people at Tahoe. Alex Walker, she got 5th place at 2019 Tahoe, but that was not a fluke. And she's only gotten faster. Everyone knows her as just one of those people who just, no matter how bad the conditions are, how on tough obstacles, tough conditions, she's always there. This isn't necessarily tough obstacles, but they might be dewy in the morning. She's not going to fall off. Well, a few other people might surprisingly drop. But the biggest thing that I've noticed with Alex, I talk with her multiple times a week in a group chat, and her flat running form has improved so much over the past year. And I think that that's going to make a ridiculous difference on places where she can open up this year. She didn't race last year in Jacksonville, but I think she's going to podium this year. Very confident right now. And I really think that she's going to make a name for herself on the scene this year. 2nd place, inexperienced, only run 1 obstacle race in her life. Not too many people know of her, but she came on your podcast and talked a big game, and I'm going with Renee Metivier. She ended up getting 2nd at the 2014 Warrior Dash World Championship, which had a lot of really good athletes back then. Defending world champion Claude Godbout, Rose Wetzel was there, Corinna was there. There were some pretty top-notch athletes, and I know Warrior Dash clearly is not the same as 2020 Spartan Race in terms of just obstacles and course and everything, but she had success on her first time. Probably the fastest pure runner in the field, and super strong. And like I'm sure a lot of people got the impression from her interview. Very confident. So I'm going out on a limb and picking Renee for the win, or for 2nd place. I will not give her the win though, because Nicole Merrick was going to win. She's podiumed in something like 20 straight races, defending world champion. Without Lindsay here, I don't see anybody who can touch her on a course like Jacksonville. So I don't think I need to go too in detail with Nicole. She's going to win.
Okay, moving on to Matt B's picks. Are you ready? Whoa.
Copycat.
Rose Wetzel. I even stole the same picture you did. Just kidding. The hard-hitting graphics team, me, made these amazing. Well, the Shiz made the cool graphic on the left.
Shiz is the Shiz.
Shiz is the Shiz. He made nice blank ones for us. Rose, for a shorter race, can still do it with the best of them. On a beast course, not so sure, but I think she's going to throw down in Jacksonville. Next up, number 4, Alex Walker, who you mentioned. I think 3rd and 4th is honestly, I think I have Ashley and you have Alex. You have Alex, I have Ashley, right, for 3rd and 4th?
Yes, correct. And just think, last year, 3rd and 4th on both genders had a sprint finish. So 3rd and 4th is the toss-up.
Right. So I've got Ashley, you've got Alex. I'm sure they're both going to be thrilled to be mentioned by us. Alex will say, "How dare you put me below Ashley?" But maybe Ashley will say the same thing to you. I don't know. Number 2, I do not have Renee. I have Natalie, who finished surprisingly well last year. People were like, we know who Mark is. Who the heck is Natalie? She did quite well last year in Jacks. I think she's going to do great this year. I put her down in second. And then in first, as we said, her race to lose, really, Nicole, she'd be a negative 250 or negative 300, I think, to win this race. Wouldn't you say, Jack, if you were making odds?
At least. And if anybody wants to take me on that, I'll hit me up.
I will not be taking any of that action.
Okay.
All right. Moving on.
Okay. I was going to say quick reaction. We have 4 of the same 5 people. Why do you not like Renee?
You can hear a much longer explanation on the podcast, but the short answer is no one's showing up to the first U.S. National Series. You could put, Carl Lewis, Flojo, any of the great 80s and 90s track stars on a Spartan race their first time. They're not gonna podium. That's my feeling. I do like Renee. I do like Renee a lot. That was a when did you stop beating your wife trick question, and I don't appreciate your ruse.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see you this fall type of deal for Renee.
Absolutely. Give her a few races. Let's do Just Because You're Mean. Now I'm going to make you go first for the men as well.
Okay.
Because you're a mean person. Go first.
Right. Brian Gowiski, 5th place. He got 6th last year and traditionally has done super well in sloppy, muddy courses. I went into big detail on that with the full episode with Nicole and you. I think he's going to get 5th place. 4th place, I'm going the breakthrough star of 2021, Mark Gaudette. He is running on a different level right now. I know pure running is not going to translate perfectly to a course like Jacksonville, but I have good intel from Robert Killian, David Magida, and just in general around the industry that Mark Gaudette is just on another level of fitness at the moment. And he got 7th last year. You're missing Atkins, you're missing Johnny, you're missing Aaron, and some other big names who won't be here. I think that he can easily jump up a couple spaces. So Mark Gaudette, you're going to see a lot of him in my top 5 prediction contests throughout the year. 3rd place, I'm going the man who just missed 3rd place last year by a second, Ryan Woods. Traditionally done super well in Jacksonville. He was involved in that trust gate where he realistically was 2nd/3rd in 2019 in the Super. Got bumped down to like 12th, but then last year he just missed the podium in a sprint finish for Ryan Kempson. He loves this type of terrain, still fast, even though he's in his 40s. I'm going Ryan Woods to get the 3rd place spot. 2nd, Ryan Kempson, the man who outsprinted Ryan Woods. He has won in Jacksonville before when it was a Super. Loves this terrain, always comes off hot in the start of the season. Never afraid to push the pace to take out the lead. And I think it's going to be a fantastic battle between him and the 1st place pick, VJ Jones. I've trained with him. I'm telling you, the guy's fit. That's all I'm going to say. You'll hear more detail on the full episode, but don't pick against VJ if you're voting for the men.
Jack, how much does I've trained with this guy weigh into your picks?
I mean, you can tell if you're watching. Not a ton. I mean, you just don't like VJ, and I think you actually like him. You like him, but you definitely have had. We've had our disputes on VJ in the past, I guess you could say. Perhaps a full episode on it, but yeah, I just think that VJ in a course like this is going to be tough to beat.
VJ and I squashed whatever imaginary beef never even existed when he came on the show. Then I had him on again to promote,
with your 5th place pick
to promote Black Forest. Then I had him on again with my 5th place pick, Leon Kofed. You'll hear us talk about him a lot on the longer episode, but I think no one is more excited than Leon for this race. It's his dream to podium in America against these top names. I think he'll come in 5th place. Number 4, Mark Batres, who the haters are saying you can't do it right after you run 100 miles or 100K, whatever you just ran.
It's 100 a lot.
I say you can do it, Mark. Make it happen. Do it for the dads. 3rd place, Ryan Woods, the dad of a couple of kittens. Ryan Woods, we love you, Ryan, but we think you are snake bit. which will keep you off first or second. And I think first or second, I'm going to go ahead. We'll go through these really quickly. Second, VJ, and then first, Kempson. It really is a toss-up. I think if these guys race 10 times, it would go 5-5.
What do you think the margin of victory will be?
The margin of victory.
Last year, if you look at the results, 10 seconds between them.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be that close. It's going to be a great, great race. I'm excited to be there. You will not be there, right?
I will not. No. I if this was in March, I would have been, but my Achilles is finally feeling good and stuff, but I just don't have enough fitness in me to be there, and I've had a bunch of other stuff happen outside OCR that's preventing me.
But what about your commitment to the sport of obstacle racing?
I know. Maybe if I get that Ferrari, I'll drive that across the country to get there.
Do you think Josh is going to decide to hop on a plane on Friday?
No,
and go?
I don't think it's worth $40 to him to do it.
He only gets 20.
Okay. I was going to say you have to have been listening to understand that joke.
He only gets 20 if he stays home. I get 40 if he comes because it's 2-1.
No, he's not going. Yeah. So somebody should go there with a stick puppet or something like that and just pretend Josh just to make it like he's there. But realistically, no, I don't think Josh is going to go.
Well, listen, guys, that's our top 5. Jack is not feeling well. He came on this call anyway because he's committed to you, gentlemen. So Jack, drink some liquids and go on Facebook and ask for medical advice. Hey, that was Jack and mine's picks for the race. We'll have a link below where you can make your picks. And Emma.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win the race?
You.
Okay. Mommy, who do you think is going to win the race?
Pickle Johnson.
Pickle Johnson. You heard it here first. Pickle Johnson coming in first in the Spartan race. Hey, guys, thanks so much for watching. Tell everybody to do the Patreon, guys, because we need money.
Do it. Give me some moolah.
Sign up for Patreon.